Ahoj, ahoj, zdraví vás Marty. Opět jsem v klášteře. A opět jsem spoustu věcí ještě nevyřešil, ale snad se mi dneska podaří dostat trošku dál. Protože jsem se právě dozvěděl, ne právě, protože jsem se...
What's that you're carrying around? And why?
Dozvěděl...
Are you sure that belongs here?
Are you sure that belongs here?
Když jsem se dozvěděl, že jsou tady otářem baklíček.
What is that?
What's that you're carrying around? And why?
Such a nature as to keep them from idleness and at the same time not to overburden them. This must be taken into consideration by the abbot.
In a rush to slow
Saint
down, brother.
Saint Benedict. Readings on daily manual labor. Idleness is the enemy of the soul. Therefore, the brethren should be occupied at certain times in manual labor, and again at fixed hours in sacred reading. To that end, we think that the times for each may be prescribed as follows. From Easter until the calends of October. When they come out from prime in the morning, let them labor at whatever is necessary until about the 4th hour. And from the 4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves to reading. After the 6th hour, having left the table, let them rest on their beds in perfect silence. Or if anyone may perhaps want to
talk to me, brother.
Read to himself in such a way as not to disturb anyone. Let none be said rather early at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has to be done until vespers. Weak or sickly brethren should be assigned a task or craft of such a nature as to keep them from idleness, and at the same time not to overburden them or drive them away with excessive toil. Their weakness must be taken into consideration by the abbot. The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on daily manual labor. Idleness is the enemy of the soul. For labor. And from the 4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves to reading. After the 6th hour, having left the table, let them rest on their beds in perfect silence. Or if anyone may perhaps want to read, let him read to himself in such a way as not to disturb anyone else. Let none be said rather.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
At the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has to be done until vespers. Weak or
What is it, brother?
brethren should be assigned a task or craft of such a nature as to keep them from idleness, and at the same time not to overburden.
I'd be interested to hear.
Drive them away with excessive toil.
What can you tell me about?
That there's no man.
You don't.
The rule of Saint Benedict.
That's all I wanted to know about him. Thanks. What can you tell me about? Why is he in the?
No one knows.
Do you think he has a?
Don't we all?
Why is he in the mod?
No one knows.
Do you think he has a seat?
Don't we all?
Expounding the Lord's commandments,
That's all I wanted to know about.
intelligent among his disciples.
That's all. Thanks.
Demonstrating the divine precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder
Slow down,
minds.
brother.
The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to
I'm Gregor,
whom
a
more
novice.
is
I know. And you
from
are?
him,
Lucas.
more is required. Let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love one.
There's something I
more
should
than
tell
another,
you.
unless it
look-
be
I am a
one
novice.
he finds
What?
better
I'm looking for a foot.
I...
Because you could help me.
And let him not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders, but, since he has the authority, let him cut out those faults by the roots as soon as they
Talk
begin
to him.
to appear.
Then I'll see. Do you have any
Remembering
idea
the
which
fate
of the
many,
novices could be the imposter?
priest of
I
Sire.
don't know,
The word
and
is
I don't
spoken
care
to
to know.
those of good
I wish-
understanding. Let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold,
I think that you're the man I'm looking
proud,
for.
and disobedient
What are you on about?
he should
I am.
curb at the very beginning
Your secretiveness, the fact that you...
stripes
But I-
and other bodily punishment.
You're wrong.
Knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again, beat your son.
You're
with the
lying.
rod.
You are pious,
Deliver
a
his
criminal in need of...
Saint Anthony, pray. Help! Is anyone...
Watch your step, brother. Go away. I don't want to talk to you.
Why such haste? Ah, Gregor.
I'll be interested... I'm interested in...
No one knows much about him. It's as if he wanted...
That's all. Thanks.
Tohle. Už teďko nejde, jak to šlo posledně.
Ah, Gregor.
Listen, there's something I ought to tell you.
Ha! I knew it! He's a... it's...
Never mind that.
That's Siskin. I always thought...
What are you talking about? You clearly know something I don't.
I'm telling you, keep your eye on him. What are you going to do to that fella?
I don't know yet.
You should talk to the Circators or the Prior about...
I'm interested in the other novices.
Je Antonín to byl. Už si vzpomínám.
What do you desire, brother Gregor?
I'll be interested... That's all. Thanks. I'd like to ask you something... Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Myslím, že Antonín je ten svatý.
I've heard some unsettling news. I've been told you've lied about who you are the entire...
It's true that I'm not who I say I am. I'm not the young Lord Carl. He ran away and sent me in his place.
Why would you agree to that?
Money. I was drowning in debt, and the money from Sir Carl helped my family stay afloat. Carl never wanted to become a monk, but Father, I found peace here in the monastery. It's better for me to serve God here than continue my life of sin in the world outside.
Thank you for your honesty. Because you've told the truth, I'll forgive you for deceiving us. Continue to be an exemplary monk, and I promise I'll forget about what's happened. Well, unless someone from Sir Carl's family intervenes, then I'll have no choice. I'll have to deal with the situation.
Thank you for your kindness, brother.
Talk to me, brother.
I'll be interested to hear... That's all. Thanks.
In the night,
And why aren't you...
I only wanted to...
I know, brother.
Even if something inappropriate.
Even then, I'm afraid. Who are you compared with them?
Life in a monastery is much like life outside in many ways. The monastery...
Really? I thought monks were above that sort of few.
They became monks, Gregor, but that didn't stop them being men. Be on your guard as much as you ever were outside. Lies, jealousy, vengeance. They can hurt you here as much as anywhere.
Thanks for the advice. Although I don't know if I can follow it.
That's up to you, brother.
Mě to asi loadnu, protože nějaký naprd. Že se má stát něco, co se nestalo. To mě znepokojuje.
Slow down, brother.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'm interested in the other novices. What can you tell me about Siskin?
Oh, he's always got a smile on the new friend. But I reckon he don't belong. I'm surprised he hasn't been thrown out already. If he was up...
Sounds like you don't have much time for him.
I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Believe me, Gregor, he's hiding something from us. In fact, now I come to think of it, I haven't seen him at morning prayers for a while.
Do you know anything about Antonius?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's shop. Antonius is all right. You can rely on him. He won't betray your confidence. He's always happy to help, which is more than can be said for the other brothers.
Listen, there's something I ought to tell you. There's a dangerous criminal hiding in the monastery, and I came here to look for him.
Ha! I knew it! He's a villain. Who are you, though? Oh, it's better not to ask, isn't it? It's always safer not to ask.
Never mind that. Who's a villain?
That's Siskin. I always thought he was an odd one, the way he carries on. But now it makes perfect sense. He's a criminal fleeing justice.
You mean his not going to morning prayers?
So you noticed that too?
Ah, you've got the wrong end of the stick. That has nothing to do with anything.
You think so? He definitely acts like a criminal. Who else would it be?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
What are you going to do to that fellow once you find him?
I don't know yet.
You should talk to the Circators or the Prior about it, not act on your own.
About those keys.
Did you get them? Key?
Not yet.
Well, hurry up then. You don't want to keep the brothers waiting.
Why such haste?
In a rush. Why such haste? Slow down, brother.
In a rush to pray?
Pay more attention. Watch your step, brother.
What would you like?
Will you tell me something about...
There's not much to tell. I lived in... It's peaceful here. There's...
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few...
I'd be interested... What about your...
Be on good terms with him. If you... He's a slight...
What can you tell me about...
That there's no...
You don't... That's all I wanted to know. That's all. Thanks.
Pay more attention, brother. Pay more attention, brother.
That his heart is murmuring, and far from gaining a reward for such work as this, he will
Salve,
incur the punishment due
What
to
do you
murmurers,
desire, Brother Gregor?
unless he amend and make satisfaction.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
The rule of Saint
Look,
Benedict,
nothing against you, but I
readings
prefer
on
not...
humility. The first degree of humility
Are you hiding
is
something?
obedience without delay.
Why are you so
This is the
reluctant to tell me
virtue of
anything
those
about
who
yourself?
hold nothing
I'm
dearer
hiding a
than
lousy
Christ,
past that I'd rather
who,
forget.
because of
I
the
hate to
holy
think of all I
service they
lost
have
when they
professed,
stopped.
and the fear of hell,
And also
and the
because I
glory of
really
life
hate the
everlasting.
question,
As soon as
aren't you the
anything has
son
been
of the
ordered by
famed
the Spirit,
Sirs? I was
receive it
rich
as a
and I had
divine
everything.
command, and cannot suffer
But then my
any
father
delay
began to
in
feel his time approach.
But
I'd
this
no head for
very
managing the
obedience will be
estate, and they said
acceptable
I'd
to
squander
God
it.
and pleasing to men
Can you imagine?
only if what
Me,
is
in a
commanded
monastery.
is done without hesitation.
So I took what
Delay, lukewarmness, grumbling, or objection. For the obedience given to superiors
They must
is
have
given to
realized you
God.
robbed them.
For if the disciple
I
obeys
donated
with
some of the
ill
silver
will
to the
and murmurs,
monastery when I
not
came in, just to
necessarily
piss
with
them
his lips,
off.
but
And you
simply in
stashed
his
away-
heart.
Indeed so.
And even though he fulfills the command, yet his work will
That's
not
all I
be
want.
acceptable
Please.
to God, who sees that his heart is murmuring, and far from gaining a reward for such work as this, he will incur the punishment due to murmurers.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. It was hard.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't.
The first degree of humility is obedience without delay. This is the virtue of those who hold nothing dearer to them than Christ, who, because of the holy service they have professed, and the fear of hell, and the glory of life everlasting, as soon as anything has been ordered by the
Why
Spirit,
such haste?
receive it as a divine command, and cannot suffer any delay in executing it. But this very obedience will be acceptable to God and pleasing to men only if what
Praise
is
be to
commanded
Christ, brother.
is done without hesitation. Delay, lukewarmness,
I'd like to ask you something.
grumbling, or objection. For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if
In the night,
disciple
and
obeys
what?
with ill will and murmurs, not
Ty jo.
necessarily
Even if something inappropriate.
Even life in a... Really? They
Prostě minule to
became
šlo
lies?
krásně,
Thanks for the
já se
advice.
nemůžu
That's up to
dostat
you.
not be
Tomu
acceptable
úkolu.
to God, who sees that his heart
Najít se s ostatními, no. Tak se chci najít s ostatními.
is, he will incur the punishment due to murmurers
A ono to nejde.
unless he amend and make
Si děláte srandu, no.
satisfaction. The rule of Saint Benedict, readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says. I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humble against it.
Jsem divím, že tam můžu něco vidět.
Are you sure that belongs here?
Are you sure that belongs
Jak
here?
oni můžou vidět? Já nevidím nic teda. Já nevím jak vy. Já vidím velký hovno. Mám něco najít.
Therefore, since this spirit of silence is so important, permission to
Nice,
speak
it's
should rarely be granted even to perfect disciples, even though it be for good, holy, edifying conversation. For
What
it is
troubles
written,
you?
In much speaking you will not escape sin. And in another place,
I'm still curious about this treasure trove of yours.
It's no big terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise.
for that reason, if anything has to be asked of the superior, it should
What
be
kind of a
asked
book is it?
all the
I found it here in the library. It was on a shelf where it should never have. It's the Necronomicon.
idle words,
Ghosts, demons, and invocations of powers beyond our world.
perpetual babble.
Only who knows what it means? I tried to count the syllables, read.
Oh, I'm not too sure what the prior or the cicada would say about a book like that. Actually, what anyone would.
Ah, prejudice.
Without delay.
But you're right.
This is
It
the
is
virtue
prohibited.
of those who hold nothing dearer to them than Christ, who, because of the holy service
You're right.
they have professed,
Knowledge should never be prohibited.
and the glory
Oh, I'm glad. Just please don't tell anyone about the book. If the brothers learn that I took it from the library and hid it,
and cannot suffer any delay in executing it. But this very obedience will
I'll leave you be.
acceptable to God
Don't worry,
and pleasing
I won't
to men
follow you again.
only if what
thank
is
you.
commanded
And
is
please,
done
Gregor,
without hesitation.
don't mention it to anyone.
Delay, lukewarmness, grumbling, or objection. For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys,
I'd be interested to hear what you think.
not necessarily.
Tell me about Antonio.
Oh, if there was a monk I'd recommend as a friend, with of course the exception of myself,
His work will not be
I'm interested in Yod.
what could interest you about him?
that his heart is
That doesn't sound.
It wasn't meant.
What can you tell me about...
It's a tricky situation with Lucas. No one really knows anything about...
That's all. Thanks.
The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on humility. The first degree of humility is obedience without delay. This is the virtue of those who hold nothing dearer to them than Christ. Who, because
In the night, I overheard the cicada.
Oh, no. So it's still not over.
Lucas, what's going on?
What do you think? Just like you, I saw the cicadas drinking and playing.
And cannot suffer any delay in executing it. But this very obedience...
We'd be safer not to get mixed up in the affairs of our superior brethren.
You're probably right. But I was naive and hoped I could fix things.
I warned them if they didn't stop, I'd go and tell the prior. But instead of mending their ways, they vented their anger on me.
You've picked the wrong people to make enemies of, Lucas, they told me. Now I can't even count how many days and nights I've spent locked up in solitary confinement for the tiniest offences, or for no offence at all.
Who sees that his heart is murmuring, and far from gaining a reward for such work as this, he will...
Is there something I can do to help?
Would you?
Unless he amend and make
I think all it might take is for you to go and sit down with them, have a talk, set things straight, then they'd leave me alone.
Idleness is the
I'm afraid even this path leads nowhere. They'd probably start hounding you as well.
I'm not afraid of them.
Brother, you have... May the grace of God...
And we think that the times for each may be prescribed as follows.
There's something I should tell you.
From Easter
You're looking...
I am a novice.
Why would you be looking...
I'm looking for a footpad who's hiding out here in the monastery.
I heard something...
Because you could help me.
Yeah,
that can't be.
Talk to him. Then do you have any idea which of the novices could be...
I don't know, and I don't care to know.
Perhaps want to read, let him read to himself in such a way as not to disturb anyone else. Let none be said rather early, at the middle of the 8th hour.
What would you like?
Again do what work has to be done until vespers. Weak or sickly brethren should be assigned...
About those keys.
Did you get them?
Yes, I have them.
In that case, come before midnight to the cloister garden. I'll be waiting for you there, and we'll head off.
The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says. I said,
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humble and kept silent. Here the prophet shows that if
Slow down, brother.
Silence ought to lead us
In a rush to pray?
refrain even from good speech. So much the more ought the punishment for sin make us avoid evil words. Therefore, since the spirit of silence is so important, permission to speak should rarely be granted even to perfect disciples, even though it be for good, holy, edifying conversation. For it is written, in much speaking you will not escape sin. And in another place, death and life are in the power of the tongue. For speaking and teaching belong to the master. The disciples' part is to be silent and to listen.
To je divný, nemám rád bugy prostě. Udělám něco blbě, anebo je to bug, já nevím, ale minule jsem tady jedl.
But as for false jests and idle words or words that move to laughter, these we condemn everywhere with a perpetual ban. And for such conversation,
Ale mám to jasně v úkole. Ne se s ostatními. No.
Watch your step, brother.
Teď, jak se říká baborať, co mám dělat? Jsem naštvaný už dost. Začnu dělat kraviny, třeba jako okradil mě, uviděj a budu to hrát se znova. Co mám dělat? Ještě kecat si mám.
What would you like?
In the middle of the...
How marv...
Siskin?
If the cicadas...
That's not how it works.
I know.
Já vím, který to je ten svatý. Je to Antonín, to on už mi řekl. Ale dokud se s nima nenajím, tak mi to neřekne.
Gregor.
To musí říct tomu Antonínovi.
What would you like?
Proč mu to nemůžu říct?
I'd be interested to hear what you think about... What can you tell me... That's all I wanted to know. What about your...
Praise be to our
I'm interested
Lord
in...
Jesus.
That's all, thanks. I'd like to ask you some... Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Toho nejde usvědčit.
Pay more attention, brother.
Tyjo, jak z toho ven? Ach jo, proč to musí být bugnutý, tyjo. Máš jsem minule přišel, jsem Ečko a jedl jsem. Bratr Celarius, jsem ještě mluvil.
What troubles you?
I'm looking for something a little...
And what?
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lockpicks?
I'd like to practice opening lock.
Well, why not? So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all. I'll trade them for food.
Let's have a word about the price.
All right, so?
Satisfied?
You're a right pinch purse. Tough luck.
Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't...
I was feeling...
Really? Up?
I'm... What is... Brother Cicator, my friend.
What would you like? To be
No, I'm here because of Novice Lucas.
Only because that weasel wants to put an end to our nighttime fun.
I'd appreciate it if you treat him like a brother again.
If he isn't afraid of us, there's nothing to stop him ratting us out. But what?
He hates you because you trample all over him and he has nothing to lose. If you show him just a bit of kindness, he'll think again about taking you on. You'll see.
Fine. You've convinced me. You can tell him things have been straightened out. But he'd better be on his best behavior from now on. Beware of Lucas. He might corrupt you.
What do you mean?
He's a sodomite, a sinner. He might try to get you into the habit, or out of it.
I'll decide for myself who I do and don't talk to.
Pay more attention, brother.
Oh gosh.
I spoke to the cicadas about how the...
Really? Did you manage to convince them to...
But you have to promise not to tell anyone what you saw them doing. Then they'll leave you alone.
That's a promise I'd be glad to make. I'm forever in your debt, brother. Because now I know I can trust you, there's something I want to tell you. It's about Brother Antonius. I wouldn't like to say something that isn't true. God forbid I should cause harm by my words, but this is something I'm sure of. Novice Antonius is lying to us.
What makes you say that?
He claims he's a merchant's son from Vlashin, and that he joined the order voluntarily. The thing is, I spent a great deal of time in Vlashin. I know it like the back of my hand, and no one even remotely like Antonius has ever lived there.
Are you sure? Because this could mean that...
It's true, or Canute isn't my name. That would be my secular name, by the way, but that's not important. I know Vlashin, and I know the local merchants there, and I've never seen Antonius among them. Why would he be lying if he had nothing to hide?
Thank you for telling me. I'll look into it. I've heard that you, that you enjoy the company of men. Is there any truth to it?
What? How do you know that?
The cicadas told me.
They'll never leave me in peace. Yes, you can call me a sodomite, a sinner, a monster, the spawn of Satan. But tell me this, Gregor. Can I help the way I am? I tell you, it's a test of my faith. A test so daunting you can't even imagine it.
You're right. I found it interesting, but I'm not judging you. You are the way you are. You should be true to yourself.
I'm glad you aren't like the others. Thank you for not passing judgment. I swear to God, I've never lain with another man. I've never sinned. When my father wanted me to find a wife and start a family, I told him the truth, and he had me sent here. And in a way, I was glad. My guilt had been consuming me, and I knew in the monastery I'd find peace. The Lord sees my soul, and he knows it's pure.
In a rush to pay more attention. Slow down, brother. What's your step?
In a rush to pray?
Slow down, brother.
Down, brother.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Nebulus, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the monastery's property, as well as handling trade with the outside world.
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists and send them out.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. Today's task, 2 cockerel potions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them.
Nespavost. Takže potřebujeme kořálkou, hrst kozlíku a 2 hrstě máty. Nadrť mátu a povař 1 otočení. Přidej kozlík. A povař 2 otočení. Já si radši napíšu. 1krát kozlík, 2krát máta. Máta drtit, 1krát vařit, kozlík 2krát vařit, destiluj. Takže máte 2krát. A kozlík 1. Dobře. Takže jdeme na to. Proč nemůžu použít hmoždíř? Proč nic nefunguje? Jak do toho hodím byliny? Aha, inventář. Takhle. Jí. Máta. Vybrat. Escape. Potvrdit. Aha, máta. Tak. Moždíř. Kalička. Co teď? Co teď? Jak se to posralo celý. Aha, teď to teprve sebral. Do prdele. Tak znova. Aha, takže má tady jedinkrát, tak, moždíř, tak, ještě jednou mátá. Tak, palička. Tak. A ještě jeden. Tím si to musím na od začátku. Začít s alchymí, takže jo, ještě si musím dát pro ingredience. Takže zase Máta dvakrát, dvakrát. Kozlík. To bude jako máslo. Začít s alchymií. Kořálka. Inventář. Vybrat. Vybrat. Potvrdit. Máta. Moždíř. Máta. Moždíř. Palička. Kotlík. Měch. Hodiny. Kozlík.
Service.
What troubles you?
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
Tak, co mám za úkoly?
Talk to me, brother.
Brother? What are you doing here?
I had other affairs that needed to be attended to immediately. It will never happen again.
Really? This time I'll look the other way. But next time, you won't get out of being punished.
What would you like?
I've heard you're from Vlashim.
Yes, why do you ask? And more importantly, where did you hear it? Since I'm quite sure I've never told you. Honestly, the monks like to gossip more than old wives at the market.
Because I've heard otherwise. You aren't from Vlashim. You made it all up.
And who told you that? Whoever it was, he's a liar. It's complete nonsense.
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other novel. That's all. I'd like to ask you... Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
What troubles you?
Volá se se může ptát.
Vade retro satana, non quanto agio.
Pay more attention, brother. Are you interested in what's inside? Forbidden books, written by the devil himself. Forget about them. Why such haste?
Není Cyril, no tady je. Ne. Nich.
Pay more attention, brother.
The books stored in there aren't for your eyes to see.
Tak je ten pitomý Cyril.
What is it, brother?
I'd like to ask...
What troubles you?
I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you read in the original. Is that clear? Then you may begin, and try not to make a mess of it. I can hardly believe it. Good gracious, so many mistakes.
What is it, brother?
Don't move a muscle.
I'd like to know something about the other novices.
I don't know much, but ask away.
Tell me about Antonius.
I'd like to, but there's...
You really don't know anything about anyone? Well, thanks anyway.
Don't get upset. I'm sorry I can't tell you more. I just haven't felt like getting to know anyone yet.
Brother, what are you doing here?
I definitely was there. I did come a little late, so perhaps no one noticed me.
Really? I'll pretend nothing happened, but this is the last time, brother.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. What can you tell me about the novices here?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your
I meant something specific about the...
But you know them yourself. Yodok is an odd one, but he's diligent, and Antonius is hard-working and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse and no... Slow down, brother.
What troubles you?
What troubles you?
I've heard you're from
Yes, why do you ask?
Because I've heard.
And who told you that?
I'd be interested in... That's all, thanks. I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Tak to bylo pro zatím vše, já se s vámi loučím a ahoj při příštím hraní v klášteře.